start.
Hi, butterflies. It's Miss Hillary again. Story time. Welcome. The name of the book is tonight Why Oh Why Are Deserts Dry? And guess what? We do live in a desert, right? And it is a dry sun and very dry here in Arizona. Well, let's begin. Why Oh Why Are Deserts Dry? By Tish Rabe. I'm the cat in the hat, and today is the day that we're off to see the deserts. Let's leave right away. You may think that deserts are empty and bare, but you'll be surprised by the things we'll find there. Insects and lizards, flowers and snow. Want to see for yourself? Buckle up and let's go. Why are deserts dry? I'll be glad to explain. There are very few clouds above them to bring rain. Without clouds, there is nothing to block the sun's light or to hold the heat in so it gets cold at night. The air is so dry, any rain deserts get dries up right away, so they do not stay wet. Without water, surviving in deserts is rough. Plants, insects, and animals need to be tough. All living things need to have water, so how do they live where it's dry? I will show you right now. Desert plants must find water. Some have ways to store it. Roots spread out to find it or reach deep down for it. Shallow roots of this cactus pull water through them. The cactus then stores it inside of its stem. There's a tree in the desert that's called a mesquite. Its roots reach for water that's down 40 feet. Whoa! The mesquite. The Sonoran Desert is where we will find a very big cactus that's one of a kind. It's called a saguaro, and I have been told it can grow to be over 200 years old. A cactus, you see, has deep pleats in its skin, but they will expand when the water flows in. It soaks up the water and then quickly swells. Like a sponge, it stores water in some of its cells. Did you know that the sharp spines protect it? And they make sure that some animals won't chew it. The Gila woodpecker knows very well that a cactus will serve as the perfect hotel. She pecks a small hole and then slips inside. It's cool and it gives her a safe place to hide. When she's ready to leave, well, I have little doubt that someone else will move in after she has moved out. How do insects get water? What do some of them do is get water that's inside the plants that they chew. These desert insects are honeypot ants. All year long, they collect the sweet nectar from the plants. They store it inside them, and then they can feed it to ants who are hungry whenever they need it. Namib Desert gets rain rarely, and yet fog comes from the sea and makes everything wet. The fog-basking beetle has a way to survive, getting water it needs to help stay alive. It tilts its tummy up. Water droplets soon slide down its body and into its mouth, open wide. Animals differ in the food that they eat and the ways they keep cool in the dry desert heat. In the daytime, Small animals stay underground, but later on, when it's cooler, they move above ground. This is the fox. This is the kangaroo. The kangaroos lick their arms to help cool off their skin. Then each digs a hole in the ground and climbs in. Can you see? Digging a hole. We asked this lizard how he spends his days. Each morning he warmed up by the sun's gentle rays. By midday it's hotter and it's time to hide. He slips into his burrow and goes deep inside. In the late afternoon, he is back in the sun. It is not as hot now, and the day's almost done. Then he's back in his burrow to sleep through the night. He'll be up with the sun just as soon as it's light. Hawks, eagles, and vultures fly high in the air. They stay off the ground, and it's much cooler up there. Kangaroo rat never drinks, but she eats a lot of seeds. The water inside them is all that she needs. Road runners can fly, but they usually run. They catch lizards and snakes in the hot desert sun. Out here in the desert, when the wind starts to blow, there are a few plants to help hold the sand down, and so the wind blows the sand, which forms into dunes. It makes shapes in the sand like these crescent moons. In the Mojave Desert, plants bloom, grow, and die, but they leave seeds behind in the ground, and that's why. When it rains, these seeds burst into flowers so bright. There's a rainbow of colors, a beautiful sight. They will not live long, but it's before it is over. There are lilies, primroses, sunflowers, and the owl clover. Some flowers stay open for only one day. Hummingbirds drink their nectar and then they fly away. In the shimmering heat of the sun's burning glare, you might think you see something that's not really there. It's called a mirage. It's like a dream. Things you think you are seeing, but not what they seem. When you get a bit closer, they fade out of sight. They were not there at all. It's a trick of the light. In the dry, dusty desert, if you suddenly see something green up ahead, it's like some plants or a tree. This is called an oasis. Where these plants are growing, somewhere in the ground, there is water that's flowing. So there might be water around here. Some deserts are hot and the sun's burning light, but the temperature falls and it gets cold at night. Then the world comes alive with owls, foxes, and bats, coyotes and rabbits, mice, deer, and rats. Nocturnal animals come out, and soon they search to find food by the light of the moon. Before the sun rises, they all disappear. You would think all the animals never were there. Okay, if we go a long time without eating or drinking, the humps on this animal's back start steadily shrinking, the camel. They're not filled with water, but instead they have a lot of fat. And when he can't eat or drink, he keeps going on that. He can drink 30 gallons of water, and then he can go a whole week before he drinks again. Today you've seen things that few people will see, and I'm so happy you saw them with me. Our desert, it's true, is a harsh habitat, but I hope you discovered it's much more than that. No day in a desert is ever the same, and once you've been there, you are glad that you came. The end. So we can see that the deserts can survive with very, very little rain. Here where we live in Arizona, we don't have much rain. We are very blessed to have the beauty around us. Hope you enjoyed this beautiful book. See you tomorrow. Bye.